Alright guys, so for this video, we are going to go through 3 different types of angle relationships. This is for your angle relationships day 2 assignment. It'll help a lot. So the 3 angles we're going to go over is alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, and corresponding angles. Before we get into these type of angles, I do need to explain the situation. Alright, so there's 2 situations, but they're basically the same. Over here, we have 2 parallel lines. You guys should know what parallel lines mean. They're just not touching each other. And these symbols right here indicate they are parallel lines. Then we have one line going through the 2 parallel lines. This is what is known as a transversal. All right, so I'm actually going to write that down here. So this line right here, this is the transversal. All right, so same thing over here. It's basically the same thing over here, but it's just sideways. These are the 2 parallel lines indicated by these 2 symbols, and this is the transversal this time, okay? So these type of angles exist with these situations. All right, so the first one we're gonna go over is the alternate interior angles. So basically, interior, you guys know, means inside. Alternate means opposite sides. So if you look over here, we have the 2 parallel lines. Alternate interior, it's going to be on the inside of the parallel lines. So as you can see, this is the inside, this is the outside. So alternate interior are going to be on the inside, and they're going to be the opposite sides of the transversal. So this angle and this angle, these are alternate interior angles. Same thing with, erase that. Same thing with this angle and this angle. They are on the inside and they're on the opposite sides of the transversal. So these are alternate interior angles. And basically you should know that they are also congruent, which means if this was, let's say, 110 degrees, this would also be 110 degrees. Okay? And if you look over here, alternate interior angles that exist over here, again, these are the parallel lines, so it has to be on the inside of this. So alternate interior angles would be, let's say, this one and this one. These would be alternate interior angles. Okay? So that's alternate interior angles. The next one we have to go over would be alternate exterior. So let me just... Actually, they could say that, to be honest. All right, alternate exterior. You guys know exterior as the outside. So you know alternate interior, it was on the inside. Alternate exterior, we're going to be on the outside of the parallel lines. All right, so an example of alternate exterior would be, let's say, if you're going to choose this angle, this is on the exterior. On the opposite side of the transversal, these 2 would be alternate exterior angles. All right, and if you should know from the previous assignments, these are vertical angles, so this would be 110 degrees, and then alternate exterior angles are also congruent, so this would also be 110 degrees. All right, another example of alternate exterior angles could be this angle and this angle. These are on the outside and they're on the opposite side of the transversal. So these are alternate exterior angles. So this would be 70 degrees. And again, these are congruent, so this would be 70 degrees. All right, an example of alternate exterior angles here. Again, these are parallel lines, has to be on the outside of them. So an example could be this angle and this angle. These are alternate exterior angles. They're on the outside and they're on the opposite sides of the transversal. All right, so those are alternate exterior angles, and those are also congruent. Now, the last one we need to talk about, let me just erase this. I'm just going to erase all of it. The last one we need to talk about is corresponding angles. All right, let me just fix this up a little bit more. All right, corresponding angles. Those are also congruent angles, but this time it's kind of like, for example, a pair of corresponding angles would be if I chose, could be this angle and this angle. Basically, you have 4 angles here. If you shift these 4 angles over here, the corresponding angles will always be on the same spot. So these are corresponding angles. Another pair of corresponding angles would be, let's say I choose this one. This angle and this angle right here, these are corresponding angles because again, if you just shifted this over here, they're on the same spot. All right, and these are also congruent. So if this was 120 degrees, why not? This would also be 120 degrees. These are corresponding angles. If you go over here, it really doesn't matter how you look at it, but let's say I chose this angle, and then again shifted this angle. These would be corresponding angles. All right, so those are the 3 different types of angles. Just rewind if you don't remember what I said about alternate interior and alternate exterior. This will help you with your day 2 assignment. Let me know if you have any questions.